on a journey through deep space, trapped in a war. Two pirates fight the good fight, armed with only 6 strings and some pretty bitchin' beards. It's time for your weekly dose of pirate madness. You're now listening to the Guitar Pirates Podcast.
What's up, everyone? And welcome to episode 63 of the Guitar Pirates Podcast. Yes, we are your weekly music news, guitar gear, and facial hair support club show. I'm your host, Josh Jones.
I'm your co-host, Jim Steger.
63.
Unreal.
Never gets old. Each week is a new week here on the Guitar Pirates Podcast. Thank you for inviting us into your earlobes and your eardrums on our YouTube show and wherever you get your podcasts. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a wonderful, epic review. 5 stars, please. As always, let's jump into a little dirty laundry here on the Guitar Pirates Podcast. One thing I want to discuss, we were talking about the Plethora X3 a while back, how some of these higher milliamp pedals can be hard to power. Well, in my musings and researches, I found a current doubler adapter you can use on these power supplies. It doubles your current. You can stick it in two power supplies, it'll double your current. You can basically get enough current to power these high milliamp pedals and save space on your board. So don't forget about that. Voodoo Lab current doubler, it's got the green end on it, guys. There's other voltage doublers as well, so don't get the voltage doubler and stick it in the current. You might fry your power supply.
Yeah.
Yikes. But I thought that was cool. $7.99. Not really a bad deal. I think Jim found one for like $5.
Yep.
So
$4.99 through Sweetwater.
So I mean, whatever way you go, still really good. I also found the Chuck's DC 7 power supply. They've got a 9-volt section on here that goes up to 660.
Oh, wow.
So, just saying, wherever you're in the mood for, whatever you're thinking, it can be done. It is out there. A little bit of research and a little bit of time and patience, and you can find just what you need. But that's what we're here for on the Guitar Pirates Podcast. Just a little bit of love for you, your guitar pedal board, some of the things you've been after.
I would need a few to run this Digitech. This whammy pedal, 1,300 milliamps.
Yeah, you would definitely need one of the Chocks, and you'd have to, if it has 2 660 9-volts, you could double that.
Yeah.
And then you would be saving some space. Man, these Chocks look really interesting. Power supplies.
Right.
Right up there with the True Tone stuff. That's what I have is True Tone. But the Chocks, man, they are looking tasty. Tasty. But that's it for a little bit of dirty laundry on my end. Jim, you got anything?
Yeah, I misquoted. I was reading all those things on the Lamb of God single coming out last week. I said it'd come out on Friday. It dropped on Thursday. So if you didn't know and you're just watching the episode from last week, it's already out now, so it doesn't matter. But they kind of bamboozled me because I really went through and I read 2 articles and it said new single drops on Friday. And they just kind of threw a fast one at us. But like we were talking about, it's kind of nice. Get your hopes thought for Friday. You're ready to go. And the next thing you know, it's like, boom.
I also think some of these articles, too, get a little rushed.
Right.
Little words get a little minced, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Not blaming those articles in one way or the other. I'm just saying things happen.
And it is pure Lamb of God. So whatever you think a Lamb of God single would be, yep.
Yeah, a lot of first big buzzword on an article I found says thunderous.
Yep.
So if that tells you anything.
Just your standard Lamb of God.
But that's dirty laundry on a wonderful, wonderful beginning to episode 63 of the Guitar Pirates podcast on Saturday, June 11th. We're at about a 4:15 mark in the afternoon. Let's roll into a little bit of This Day in Music. And now, if you're new here to this show, This Day in Music, we run down what has happened on this current day in the world of music. But we also reserve the right to find any foul play or arrests within a following 3-day span. Chalk one up for Mick Jagger most weeks. And if it's not Mick Jagger, it's probably Ozzy or the Beatles.
Right.
But join us on a wonderful, rousing edition of This Day in Music.
I'm going Mick Jagger 200. I went 500 last week. I'm going 200 this
Okay,
week.
let's make a little bet here. If he's going Mick Jagger, I'm going Ozzy. It's the weekend. Something's happening.
June
Rolling
11th.
the dice. Give me some Ozzy.
All right.
All right, guys, let's run down some birthdays, though. Happy birthday, James Pookie Hudson, lead singer of the 50s doo-wop group The Spaniels. Happy birthday, Judy Craig, leader of the girl group The Chiffons. Happy birthday, John Lawton, from the rock band Uriah Heep. Happy birthday, Glenn Leonard, with The Temptations. Happy birthday, Frank Beard.
Oh, boy.
Wonderful ZZ Top drummer. The man with the last name Beard without the beard.
It can only work out that way.
It can only work out that way.
You can't make that
You
crap
can't
up.
write. You can't write it, dude. Happy birthday, Johnny Neal. Vocalist, singer, and songwriter Johnny Neal worked with the Allman Brothers, Government Mule, Michael McDonald, and Dickie Betts. Happy birthday, Penny Ford, from the Eurodance group Snap. Happy birthday, Kodak Black, American rapper. Kodak Black, what a name.
There were some interesting band names. Still don't beat Steam Packet.
Still don't beat Steam Packet. We also try to find band names here. Most odd band name we have found is Steam Packet.
I think
The
it'll be.
60s like skiffle band, I think it was.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
It's still. It stopped us in our tracks when we first started.
1960 drummer Tommy Moore made the fateful decision to quit the Beatles and returned to his job of driving a forklift at Garston Bottle Works. He was briefly replaced by Norman Chapman, who was called into the National Service just after 3 gigs. After going drummerless and mostly jobless for a few weeks, the band hired Pete Best on August 12th, only one day before they would go to Hamburg to play a string of club dates. Wow, I bet he kicks himself now.
Right? Or would. Well, because you know how Ringo Starr was just a general in the back.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously early Beatles.
That's before the invasion.
But still, bet he's kicking himself in the pants.
Right? Because he doesn't get any royalties because that's before, any songs came out.
66, the Rolling Stones started a 2-week run at number 1 with the U.S. singles charts with Painted Black. One of my favorite Stone songs is Painted Black. The Who, 1966, European radio stations mistakenly reported The Who's lead singer Roger Daltrey was dead. Actually, it was guitarist Pete Townsend who had been injured in a car accident a few days earlier. Mark Bolan, 67, printed in Melody Maker's ad pages Freaky Lee guitarist and bass and drummer wanted for Mark Bolan's new group, and also any other astral flyers, like one with Cars amplification, that which never grows in Windows boxes. Phone Wimbledon 0697. The band, who formed as Tyrannosaurus Rex, went on to release 4 underground folk albums before becoming known as T-Rex.
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
77, Joe Strummer and Topper Headon were detained overnight in prison in Newcastle upon Tyne, having failed to appear at Morpeth Magistries on May 21st. Both the Clash members were to answer a charge relating to a theft of Holiday Inn pillowcase. They were both fined £100.
What do you steal? It's like in Friday. What are you stealing boxes for? What are you stealing pillowcases?
Exactly.
Don't steal pillowcases. What's wrong with you?
I mean, there you go, though. That's a legit.
We'll take
That's an arrest.
a $5 pillowcase
Detained overnight. You were in jail, motherfucker.
for a pillowcase. How silly.
It's not Ozzy. It's not Keith Richards or Mick Jagger.
That's the most ridiculous.
It is the Clash, though.
It is a Clash. That is the most ridiculous arrest we've had yet.
Yes.
There's,
Besides all the cannabis arrests.
yeah, cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's ridiculous.
That is crazy. Nowadays, they just charge you.
Right?
It just
Yeah, it
charge
goes right to your
just
car.
Charge your bill like, oh, we're missing a thing. You're getting charged for this. Adam Ant was arrested after going berserk and stripping off in a London cafe. The former 80s pop star had thrown stones at neighbors' homes, smashing windows before going into the nearby cafe.
Bang, bang.
Here we go. Another one. Courtney Love surrendered U.S. police after alleging assaulting a woman at a home of her former manager and ex-boyfriend. Ms. Love was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. She was later released on bail. The charges related to an incident on 25th of April 2004 when Ms. Love allegedly assaulted a woman with a bottle and a torch at the L.A. home of Jim Barber.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang. Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin founding member and guitarist, was awarded an OBE in the Queen of England's birthday honors list, and the Queen's guitarist and founding member Brian May was awarded a CBE. I wonder what OBE and CBE is.
For a second there, my brain went CBD. I'm like, you know what CBD means.
Pete Doherty was released on $50,000 bail to await a trial, accused of driving dangerously after a gig.
Damn. June 11th, people are
just going nuts. The Kinks frontman and principal songwriter Ray Davies was rewarded with a London Legend Award at the ceremony held at the Camden Roadhouse. Davies says, I accept this on the behalf of all the young writers coming through, all the young people embarking on careers as a symbol of the future.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. 2019, an 11-judge panel of the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals decided to review its decision on whether Led Zeppelin plagiarized Stairway to Heaven from the opening guitar riff on Spirit's 68 track, Taurus. In June of 2016, a Los Angeles jury ruled that Led Zeppelin was not guilty of any copyright infringement.
Ooh.
So there we go. We are full of all sorts of debauchery. It's a Saturday, guys. It's not our Tuesday stuff. We're getting back in the saddle. It's official. We've officially stamped out a time doing this every Saturday.
Yep.
3 o'clock. Ish. But that's when we're doing it, though.
I like it.
That's our time. We're setting it. We're making it. You heard it here first, folks. Welcome to the show.
Those Tuesday ones work, but they're for the birds, buddy.
But that's for the birds. But also, too, we got a lot going on, and I think we're just opening our ears more. And we're definitely getting back on track. Here at the Guitar Price Podcast, episode 63. Throwing this day in out the window. But, guys, let's pay a little bit of bills. Let's head out to Kentucky, guys. Let's go see Mr. Jeff Bolin and get us an analog pedal. Cedar Flat Lightning, XS Drive, Boone's Mojo Box. Heck, I think there's even a freaking TS-808 clone. He was doing custom stuff for Cumberland Guitars, Doughboy Drive. Whatever you want, he can do it. Hit him up, Jeff Bolin, Analog Pedals, straight out of Kentucky. For the Kentucky Guitar Superstars, Chris Robertson of Blackstone Cherry. I got my words mixed up. I was going to say Black Robertson of Chris Stone Cherry. I had to stop myself for a second. Kentucky Headhunters, Greg Martin, a wonderful, wonderful OG guitar pirate. Heck, maybe even us one day. Stay tuned, guys. Head on over to Analog Pedals. Tell them the Pirates sent you. Old Jeff will treat you right. But let's jump into this segment here. Most wonderful segment we got. Jim's Metal Minute!
And welcome to Jim's Metal Minute. This week, I think it's time to start reminding people
Put some respect on his name.
Just how damn good Metallica truly was. Like, I messaged Josh as soon as I watched this. I know most people have seen the 91 shows. That's the Seattle's and the Mexico City one, which those are awesome. They have all the drum stuff and all the banter. 2-3 hour sets, they're just chilling. This is one of the first few shows with Jason Newsted. Y'all need to check this out if you want to see how good Metallica truly, truly was, because you know how fast Metallica's songs are. They play a 2-hour set in 1 hour and 31 minutes. This is songs with Master Puppets, Battery, Whiplash, just to name a few of their thrash freaking heavy bangers. You got to check out Metallica Canada. This is September 12th, 1986. It's the full show. It is in audio. It's in Toronto. If you want to see the essence of how good Metallica was, how good Lars truly is, how freaking good James Hetfield is at downpicking. Imagine downpicking for 1.5 hours. It's straight fire. Like, I was blown away. I've seen a lot of live Metallica from 84 and 85, but I went back and I want to remind myself just how good Metallica is, and then you get to actually see how good Kirk is. Put some respect on Kirk's freaking name. I'm about tired of you people. You couldn't hold a candle, even if he does use a wall all the time. You couldn't do anything he does with a wall at all. It's impossible. They couldn't do it.
The man is very good.
But
and his new wah-wah pedal looks awesome.
I know. Well, we like
I like he.
We like he. But it's just time to start putting some respect back on Metallica. Y'all may have forgot how good they truly were. You could say you left them in 91 with the Black Album. We were just talking about the Black Album. To me, like I told him, you take away Enter Sandman, it's a perfect album. I'm not hot on Enter Sandman, I'm sorry.
I think, too, it's been beat into people's
death.
eardrums for however long now.
Like I told Josh, when I seen them live in 2016, when they played Enter Sandman, it was like watching the Wiggles. It just kind of, like, whatever. The whole, literally, it sucked the energy out. It really, there was nothing going on, and then you follow that with One, and then Master Puppets. It's like, okay, after One came on, the crowd went nuts. But check out anything from '86, because you got to think, whenever Cliff died in '86, they got angry, and they were playing angry, and it shows. Like just James is absolutely insane through this whole thing. So just trying to get some respect back on Metallica's name. Check out Metallica in Canada. This is Toronto, 9/12/1986, to get the true essence of how good Metallica truly is. And for any of you downpickers out there, try to play this set. Good luck. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. You could probably get one song, but not 1.5 hours.
I'm sure there's some guys out there who can do it.
Like a Zakk Wylde probably could.
I'm sure there's some people out there who can, and there's some seasoned metal bands out there that are not known, we don't know about, that can.
But to hold that intensity straight through.
There's few and far between, of course, but I bet there's somebody out there.
There's somebody, but
we don't know.
We've talked about the greatest.
You don't see bands doing that. I mean, there are, I guess, but man,
he talks a little bit.
It's hard to beat that.
If you watch the show, you'll be like, "There's nobody." That's why I'm like, "There's nobody." It's freaking unreal. But I'm just trying to bring some clarity, bringing some respect back to Metallica. Go back, check out '86. Anything, not dogging the stuff with Cliff, but after '86, they just were playing angry, and you could definitely see it in their shows. But that's all I got. Respect. Back to Metallica.
Respect. Another respectful edition of Jim's Metal Minute here on episode 63 of the Guitar Rides Podcast. Your weekly music news, Guitar Hero and Facial Hair Support Club show. Here's the biggest part of the show. A little bit of news, guys. Talked about this one last week. Here's another one. Gibson must now face antitrust litigation in heritage case, U.S. judge rules. The judge has denied Gibson's motion to dismiss Heritage's Second Amendment complaint, ruling that it is not immune to antitrust litigation for trying to enforce its trademarks. Judge Yarbrough ruled against Gibson's motion to dismiss Heritage's Second Amendment complaint, which introduces a new antitrust aspect, essentially accusing Gibson of attempting to monopolize certain aspects of the guitar market. Woo.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh. Yo.
The complaint alleged that Gibson is doing this via its trademark litigation threats against Heritage by canceling a contract with Singapore-based musical instruments retailer Swee Lee. Swee Lee is a retailer along with Heritage. It is a part of Vista Musical Instruments, a division of Caldecott Music Group, formerly BandLab Technologies. Heritage alleged that the contract's cancellation was done solely to punish BandLab and hence force Heritage to withdraw from the U.S. guitar market. These claims of monopolization join the declaratory and injunctive relief Heritage is seeking from Gibson's threats of trademark litigation. As part of this legal battle, the previously confidential 91 settlement agreement between the two brands, one that sets out how Heritage can continue to make guitars similar to Gibson's without threat of litigation, has been made public due to its relevance to the case. Ooh, and Heritage does 335s, Les Pauls. They do all that stuff. In her opinion regarding the ruling, Yarbrough argued that that Heritage plausibly alleges how the characteristics of both premium and solid-body single-cut guitars and the premium semi-hollow-body double-cut guitars are unique and not reasonably interchangeable with other products. Secondly, Gibson argues that Heritage definitions simply describe Gibson's trademark designs. Yarbrough dismissed this, writing, "While Heritage definitions of the relevant markets are rather narrow, the markets are not defined by Gibson's trademarks. The markets are defined broadly enough to encompass both Gibson's and Heritage guitars. It is not limited only to Gibson's trademarks. The inclusions of Gibson's trademarks in its definition is not inherently problematic because any relevant market would necessarily include Gibson's guitars if it were a market in which Gibson and Heritage compete." There's a lot of stuff that's trying to get over everybody's heads here, guys. This is nuts.
Right? Good Lord. Just when we thought we were through with some negative Gibson stuff, it just hits us in the face.
This is just Heritage trying to fight back.
Yeah, they did better than Dean did.
Because they obviously have a little bit of money, or somebody behind them has some money.
Because you figured Dean had enough clout.
This is crazy. So what I'm trying to get at is Heritage is mad because Gibson is like, I'm guessing, saying that they're the only ones who can do this?
Then look at how many guitars out there are shaped like Les Pauls. I know.
Look how many guitars are shaped like 335s.
Exactly. Or dots, or
three on a side headstocks.
Explorers.
Yeah.
It's like there's little.
They're too little, too late.
Yeah. I mean,
they should have done that stuff back in the 70s.
Yeah, just like with Dean. Like
they did the lawsuit thing, and everybody, and
that's why Gibson only got $1,400 from Dean.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
They took. This is.
It's like
This is crazy.
But it's like, how did I mean, Ibanez got blasted.
Yeah.
Like really good. They took care of Ibanez in the 70s, right? It was 70s.
Yeah. There's some stuff here that obviously we.
How many Gibsons are still out there?
Exactly.
You can go online right now. They're not going after them. Is it because it's overseas market probably?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Chinese market.
Heritage is.
Where's Heritage? Does it say? Are they?
No, I think it's over.
British.
Yeah,
maybe?
something like that. I'll have to fact check that. Heritage guitars. okay. But still, more Gibson craziness, man. I still love Gibson,
Of course.
but too little, too late.
Yeah,
yo.
just when we thought we were.
I honestly feel like it's just too little, too late. It's like somebody coming up, me going up to mom and dad saying Jim punched me 10 years ago.
Right? Heritage Guitars, American made, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to take away what Gibson puts out, but it's like at this point, if you're going to go to a guitar shop, you see a Gibson and you see a Heritage side by side, how you know which one's the Gibson? It says frickin' Gibson on the damn headstock.
Headstocks are completely different. The pick guards are different.
The build quality, Gibson,
Builds are going to be different.
the tops, especially the tops.
They're going to look a lot similar.
Oh yeah, of
They're
course.
going to have a very close.
But you're going to go from a laminate veneer to a
I know some
true-
of the Heritage stuff is expensive and
Yeah.
very good. It's American-made stuff.
Yep.
I know that some guys are like, man, these are really legit guitars. If you guys have used Heritage guitars or know anything else about them, hit us up on the socials, Guitar Poets Podcast, Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for staying tuned on an episode 63 coming alive to you.
So basically, Josh saying put some respect on some Heritage damn
Put some
guitars, Jimmy.
respect on Heritage. Hey, here's one. Foo Fighters making their return with Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. Wow.
That's what Wembley's and
I think so. What's it say?
L.A. I'm sure.
Yeah. Wembley Stadium on September 3rd. The other gig will go down on Los Angeles Kia Forum on September 27th. Both shows are set to go on sale June 17th.
I wonder if they're gonna try to live stream like they did. What was it that they was that a
I think it was a Facebook thing.
Facebook thing? Okay. I wonder.
Post on the Foo Fighters websites describes the concert as an all-star rock and roll show. Notes that lineups for each date will be announced shortly.
Oh, so it's gonna be full on lineups, not just.
I imagine it's going to be a lot. It's like a crossroads thing.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. There's gonna be
Lots of bands, almost like a festival thing.
which is crazy because he's always bringing out different people. So this could be the concert of the year.
Here's a quote from Taylor's wife. It says, "It's Taylor's wife, and on behalf of our children, I want to share how much you meant to him and how dedicated he was to knocking your socks off during every performance. Taylor was honored to be a part of the Foo Fighters and valued his dream role in the band every minute of his 25 years with them. We consider every band member in the extended Foo Fighters team our family. Taylor's enduring spirit and deep love of music will live on forever through the collaborations he so enjoyed having with other musicians and the catalog of songs he contributed to and created. In celebration of his life, it is now up to all of us who loved him most to honor Taylor's legacy and the music he gave us. Thank you all again for your love and sympathy. Taylor loved all of you, and we love you too. With gratitude, Allison Hawkins." So wow, it sounds like the family's just ready just to kind of
Get some closure.
celebrate. That's all you can do.
Cause
Celebrate. Don't be sad. Celebrate his
Yeah.
life.
like we
The only way they can.
were talking about, it's like we've seen a lot of outpouring when people die, but I've never seen
That was crazy. It was Michael
anything like
Jackson
that.
level stuff.
Oh yeah, I think it was even more because there was people coming out months after, still
was-
like quotes coming out. It was
It was-
crazy.
That was crazy. Here's something. A little quickie here. Eric Johnson premieres 2 new songs, Move On Over and To Be Alive. Piano-driven To Be Alive features Ariel vocals, while Move On Over showcases the Strat King's tougher, bluesier side. So basically check out these new singles, one from each of his twin upcoming albums. The Book of Making, Johnson released To Be Alive. And then let's see what the other one here. Yesterday Beats Today, Move On Over, meanwhile, is much tougher, bluesier with some of the guitar's typical fluid leads and some funky high game rhythm work. Johnson says it's a variation on a John Lee Hooker riff, and I just added some vocals that I thought would talk about getting out of the way and letting the universal spirit flow through you. It was actually a live track from an Alien Love Child, a Johnson side project gig. So check it out. More new releases. Good time to be a guitar fan.
Yep.
Eric Johnson, Lamb of God stuff. That dual thing that Eric Gales just put out a while back.
With Bonamassa?
Yeah.
Dude. That's one of the best guitar
modern deal guitar. It's
that battle was because
and
people
they hyped it up right too, like a boxing match and stuff. It was cool.
And you know, people dog on Bonamassa. Bonamassa showed how freaking good he was, and that dude, he was killing it.
Gale, and it just shows how good Gales is too.
Dude, Gales,
because Bonamassa was throwing fireballs.
Dude,
and Gales is like eating them alive.
Yeah.
You know, so you ain't got none of your Eric Gales in your life, go check him out. He is one rad player.
And the fact that his Stevie Ray Vaughan story is awesome too.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray wanted his autograph at 16, I believe it was.
Yeah, because he was up and coming.
Yeah.
And he was about to set the world on fire.
Like Bonamassa was.
But he got into some trouble.
Yeah.
But now he's doing it now. And that's the best part.
I was going to say, you want to talk about redemption, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The comeback is greater than the setback, for sure.
Yep.
Here's one we all can throw one up for. Not that. Ozzy Osbourne to undergo major operation on Monday. It will determine the rest of his life. Sharon announced in the UK's The Talk Wednesday evening that she would be flying to America on Thursday to be by her 73-year-old husband's side. Sharon confirms that her husband of 39 years has a very major operation on Monday, June 13th. I have to be there, and it's really going to determine the rest of his life. So basically the same thing we've said. Doesn't say anything about what it is.
He's got Parkinson's.
Ozzy Osbourne confirmed to Classic Rock last month that he was waiting on some more surgery on his neck. I can't walk properly these days, he revealed. I have physical therapy every morning. I'm somewhat better, but nowhere near as much as I want to be to get back out on the road. That's probably what it is.
Yep. And all stems still from that ATV crash. Which is, it's hard to think. Because I remember watching that episode live. You know what I mean? Like, we was young bucks back then.
Mm-hmm. Here's some more depressing stuff, I guess. Well, it's not depressing, but I haven't heard this in a minute. Buck Cherry cancels and postpones shows after singer Josh Todd tests positive for COVID-19. Still here, y'all. I thought we were done with that.
It seems like it's few and far between. But James Keenan from Tools had it 4 times.
Gosh. I know some guys that were left NAMM. Ryan Burke got it. So it's out there. It's just a new thing. It's a new flu, y'all.
Yep.
I think, what did I hear on the radio? CDC in America, you don't have to test if you're a foreigner coming into the country anymore.
Or from southern or northern borders, but I don't know. It doesn't seem...
It's just a new thing to make money. That's all it is.
And it's going to keep mutating, so just like the normal flu did, it mutates every year.
You're going to do it every year. Get your flu shot, get your COVID shot, get your whatever shot, and get out of the way.
Yep.
That's what's going on. It's 2022, y'all. Could be worse. Or it could be better.
Year started out pretty good. Them gas prices are about to hit $5.
That's about to get just ridiculous. Makes that mini bike purchase look so much better.
Yeah, it makes me selling my scooter I want to punch myself in the face.
Oh, guys, here's one. I don't really know how we feel about this. I want to know what you guys feel about this, seriously. Kiss caught lip syncing at recent show. When Kiss Eric Singer botched his drum part at the band's recent concert in Belgium, singer-guitarist Paul Stanley pre-recorded backing vocal tracks were exposed. Oh. Oh, hell. Pre-recorded backing vocals. Whoop-de-doo.
We talked about this. You know what my thoughts were? When you got Gene's mastermind.
Now, if they're full-blown Milli Vanilli
Yes.
in that thing, I ain't down with that.
Speaking of Milli Vanilli, the band that was lip singing, they should have got the damn Grammy. Why did you take it away? That's neither here or there. That just still pisses me off.
That's true.
That still pisses me off.
That's so true. But
I don't think that's as bad as what when we were talking about earlier. It sounded like the whole thing, everything. But if it was
it's just pre-recorded backing
like a
vocals.
true
Yeah,
it seems a little bit.
As long as they're not, like I said, as long as they're not doing the whole thing like that.
Yeah.
Please just don't ruin it. But they get the backing vocals, whatever. It's Kiss.
Like an Ashley Simpson on SNL. Or one of the best ones I've seen backing messed up. There's a metal band called Lordy, which is kind of like a Gwar Kiss. Like they have stuff, and their backing track skipped, and it was the entire. That was guitars, bass, drums, singing. They had to turn their backs, and then the bottles came flying. They had to leave. I felt bad for him at first because I was kind of getting into Lordy, and after that I'm like, man.
No. Well, things happen at shows.
You don't know what management's pushing to. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
How much of it is the band, and how much of it is the tour management? And
no, you're right, dude. You are totally right.
If you want,
and these guys are like, and Kiss's age, these guys are grandpas, man.
Yeah.
Like, but it's Kiss.
Nobody cares.
Nobody.
You think anybody that was at that concert cared?
Now, here's the deal. If they were on SNL and did the Ashley Simpson thing.
Oh, boy.
Now, that's a little different. You know what I mean? Like,
or
you're at a concert, though.
Yeah. You would be like, oh, that's like some technical difficulty happened. It's like, you'd find out after the show, of course. You'd be like, what the hell was that about? But it's like, when you're there and the pyrotechnics are going, you don't give a damn.
But you definitely wouldn't want that to happen live on national TV.
No.
That would burn my toenails.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, Ashley Simpson got the raw deal.
That would suck. Here's the last one in news. I want to run this down. We're not going to go too crazy, but if you guys want, check this out. It's guitarworld.com. The 30 most difficult guitar techniques.
They're all jazz, aren't they? No.
Trem gargles.
Trem gurgles?
Yep. Violining. EVH elephant noise. Lizard down the throat. Joe Satriani discovered this trick. If you slide up your fretting hand while pressing down on the whammy bar, it's possible to keep the note at exactly the same pitch the whole time. The changing tension of the string and the noise of your finger rubbing over the frets creates a truly odd noise.
Huh.
Controlled feedback. Pinch harmonics. Two-handed tapping. Combining legato and picking. Sideways vibrato. Thumb fretting for wide stretches.
God damn, thumb fretting sucks.
Odd note groupings. Fretless guitar. Tapped harmonics. Open chords. Hybrid picking. Travis picking. Rasguedo. Flamenco stuff. Alan Holdsworth and Eddie Van Halen's wide stretch licks. Jeff Beck's pseudo slide. Acoustic slap and tap. Top 10. 3-note per string pentatonics. Microtonal slide. Harp harmonics. Legato. String bending or joint shifting. 8-finger tapping. Jesus. sweep picking, alternate picking, economy picking, and number 1, bar chords.
Is the most difficult?
We promise we're not winding you up when we say that bar chords are the hardest guitar technique. The reason most guitarists can do them is because they're essential, not because they're easy. It's kind of like how walking and riding are 2 of the most difficult skills you'll ever learn, but you probably don't think of them like that because you learned them so long ago. John Wheatcroft, blues guitar guru for Guitar Techniques magazine and head of guitar at the J.M.M. Institute of London, says if you can play a full F major bar on the 1st fret, you can do anything on guitar.
I'd say
That's a weird way of looking at it, but I totally get it.
it's like I get it, but it's like learning your chords, like going from a C to an F. That's just hard. If you don't do it,
I can see it, especially if you were playing bar chords like it's all you did. You're just in and out of them all the time. There's a lot of stuff on there that people be like, no. But I mean, when you think about it,
but it's also worse. Like after
when you
15 years,
when it's one of the first things you've learned, yeah. But
to me, it's that pesky C to F change on chords. Or you talked about octave stretches. There's Guitar World did a write-up of Mick Thompson 8 octave stretch. Like, ow! Like, I couldn't imagine stretching that far. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to do like 4.
Yeah.
And he did 8. Like, I can't. And that's not with his thumb. That's with pointer and pinky. 8 octaves.
Yeah, it's like a Buckethead thing when he does it. It's freaking massive, ridiculous.
Or how about the spider chord from?
The way Dave Mustaine can do the spider chord. Yeah, that's cool too. But guys, that's it for your news. Oh, and happy birthday, Derek Trucks. I think he had a birthday on Friday.
Big happy birthday.
That's a big one there. But here's, in honor of episode 63. Before we do that, pay a little bit of bills, guys. Green beard grooming. You guys want to know why our beards look so damn good? Because of Green Beard Grooming and their hardware. Head on over to greenbeardgrooming.com. Get the Sequoia beard rakes, small, medium, large, extra large. Get their boar bristle brush. Seriously, the bristles are pulled from He-Man's loins. I've seen it happen. Ryan Trump of Green Beard Grooming has some of the best beard hardware products in the game. If you want to look as dapper as we do and as good as we do, yeah, I'm telling you, we look good. Hit up greenbeardgrooming.com. Get your best hardware for your beard. The boar bristle brush, Sequoia beard rakes, mustache sapling combs. And if you're into it, you can check out their oils and their balms too. But their hardware is some of the best in the game. Hit them up, greenbeardgrooming.com. Mr. Ryan Trump, Beard Hall of Fame alum, thank you. But guys, in honor of episode 63, I want to talk about 2 things. 63 Les Pauls and 63 Stratocasters. So let's see what I can find here.
1 A's and 1 B's.
1 A's and 1 B's.
Especially on those 60 Strats, those headstocks. Oof.
There's a lot of 63 reissue SGs with those 3 humbuckered SGs.
With the
but they're reissues, though. With the
the,
vibrola on it.
Did those have the center stripe? Like the little, almost like a racing stripe down the center?
No, I don't think so.
Trying to think of which one that was. Which reissue? I think it was a 60s reissue. It's a red one. I think it has the black down the center.
Only one that I can find that's close enough is a 62 Gibson Les Paul SG, an original hardcut showcase for $22,000. Here's a 63 SG Custom 2021 reissue. I mean, $7,000.
The price isn't going to go down.
Price ain't gonna go down on those things.
Unless you do something really dumb.
Yeah. Look at the 62 real fast. Triple humbuckered, creamed SG, sideways vibrola, original hard shell case.
Dude, I like that orange insert on that case.
The neck has a few minor knocks that have disturbed the lacquer, but do not affect the structural integrity of the neck or noticeable whilst playing. The original frets are low, but still play fine, so it hasn't even been refretted.
Original tuners and everything.
Oof.
Surprised those things aren't. Well, I'm sure.
No, they're Grovers. There's grids.
Okay,
I don't know if it's been retuned, but there's Grovers on them.
So the gumdrop tuners probably rotted out.
I think so. I think they are switched.
Unless they...
Let's see. No. They're original. Because it shows you would see the two snake bites at the top of the collisions.
Damn.
I think that's... Wow. Hell of a guitar for $22,000. It's original, unmolested at triple humbucker.
It's the cheapest one.
And it's a Les Paul too. It has Les Paul on it.
Just so kick-ass.
Because it says right there, Les Paul Custom. But it's 62. I don't know if they did that in 63.
Right? Man,
let's see what the reissues say.
There's something about custom. Those SG
yeah, it
customs.
says Les Paul. It says Les Paul in the 63 reissues. So yes, they were that same way in that year too. It'd be cool to find that Epiphone version for all of us cheap boys out there.
And like I was telling him, I was always curious about sustainers. Put a sustainer in the middle position.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Okay.
Let's jump over to the Strat side here. Yeah, we all both know that we have a love, mostly hate relationship with Stratocasters.
Yep. Just haven't found the one.
The bridge pickup is just not where I want it to be, and I don't want to play on the neck pickup the whole time. So.
And I'm pretty sure if I would get, the Jim Root one, I'd be okay because it's double humbucker and it's set up for my style, but it's pretty hurtful when you buy something $1,500 and it makes you disappointed.
Yeah, that sucks. I've been there. Here we go though. 63. In honor of episode 63 on the Gear Acquisition Syndrome segment of the Guitar Price podcast, we are looking at a Fender Stratocaster 1963 in blonde/Olympic white. Custom color original finish Stratocaster from Gruen Guitars was appraised on the 15th of May in 2020. They are proclaiming it to be the real deal. The pickguard is cracked at both neck pickup height adjustment screws. 2 extra screw holes have been added to the treble side tip. Finish appears to be original. $35,000 $500 shipping. One available and 2 other people have this in their carts.
2 red flags for me. If I'm spending $35,000, I don't want appears to be. You know what I mean? I want, for $35,000, you better know that that's original paint. Because we've talked about it before. It's like we don't care if something's refinished. It's just aesthetically, it kind of takes away the. Depends on when it was refinished. If it was.
Well, and 2, it's like when you get something like this, if it appears, they are touting it as a custom color. So that sucks. Because there's not another one.
Yeah. It's like it depends on, if it was repainted in the 60s or 70s, that'd be okay with me. But if it's something like new.
Sometimes they send those things back to the factory and have them repainted. factory repaint wouldn't matter to me. It's factory repaint.
That's true.
You
But
know?
I'm looking for a player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want something that's all
But
gnarly
these
looking.
are 63s, guys. These are Grail guitars. This is Jim Irsay stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're buying the reissues of the reissues of these. We're not. There's no way we'd ever sniff a $35,000 guitar.
Unless you got one hell of a loan.
Unless you got one, but I just don't. I'd rather buy a bunch of guitars
Oh, dude.
than just pay that for that.
Or a Dumble.
I would like to try one. Yeah.
I wouldn't be buying a clone or a Klon.
No.
20 grand.
No, I'd buy a Klon, but I'd buy a good one,
Like 2,500.
like an easier, more obtainable one.
2,500.
You know,
Easy.
not a
25 grand.
not a $40,000 pedal. But guys, that's it for Gear Acquisition Syndrome. A little 63 rundown there. Little reverbage.
See, he's a dick. He does this to me every time.
Ah.
I have my brain on something else. Now he throws me the 60 reissue, frickin' Gibson, and now I'm like, damn it, I want an SG still. It's like such a dick.
Well,
it's a dick move.
And you know, there's all these good numbers coming up. 63, 69, 78, 75, 70, you know.
You got to do me a favor though. When we hit 78, that's the first year of Dean. So
Yeah.
you gotta toss me on.
86 is the first reissue of the Thin Line Telecaster. So, you know, we got a ways to 86, but still.
Yeah. I'm just.
There's all these fun numbers coming up that we can do to utilize some year marks. Here.
Especially when we get into the 70s, we can look at some Ibanez.
Some of those random Ibanez. Boy, Barry Stock has some in his collection. Those Ibanez lawsuit guitars.
Yeah.
He has an Ibanez Carina Explorer. I think I've drooled about a few times on this show.
Wow.
It's cool. Really cool. But that's it. Get your Gear Acquisition Syndrome running down the line. We're at a 52-minute mark here on the Guitar Price Podcast. We've paid some bills, but now we're going to get into a little bit of Beard of the Week. Our mean beard of the week this week, Jim. Who or what can we do?
I found a guy at McDonald's. I tried to get his attention. He didn't pay me no mind.
And then pay no mind.
He probably thought I was crazy. To the old dude that I seen, it's not one of the beard flowing out the window. He was probably in his 60s or 70s. He had tie-dye pants, tie-dye shoes, tie-dye shirt with a dead bear on it.
He left the dispensary.
And a big white beard that attached to his perfect cul-de-sac white hair. It was like a seamless. I tried really hard to get a picture with this dude. That's who I would nominate.
Gotcha.
That dude was a whole vibe. He was a whole vibe. And the only thing that pissed me off is the car he got out of. I was looking. There was a really old hippie van sitting down there. I was like, "Oh, please get in that." He got into a brand new 2021 Toyota 4Runner.
Oh hell!
I was like, "Dude, you almost ruined my."
He probably has one of those at his house or something.
I hope so. But that van, that dude was. If y'all could have seen, think of like a Kyle Gass, how his cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
When he has a beard, it was really glorious. It was really glorious.
Well,
I know we don't have a picture of him. I'm sorry, but
but guys, if you guys are bearded individuals or you guys have a facial hair for us, head on over to meanbeard.com. Use promo code GPP15 at checkout. The balms, the whips, the oils, the little pocket rake combs.
which I still use.
Preferably, guys, get you some whip, get you a little bit of the oil, head home after you shower, a little dime-sized ball of that whip in your hands, and put it up here on your fingers, too. Don't put it on your palm. Put Put it up here in your fingers, real tight. Get it all up in your fingers because you want that stuff to get on your skin. It is not, let me repeat this. Say it with me, Jim. It is not for your hair.
No. It's for your skin.
It is for your skin, guys.
Replenish them oils, baby.
Replenish the moisture in your skin with the oils. That's why I say get it on your fingers, because you're not going to get the palm of your hands through your hair. It's just going to sit on top. Get it up in your fingers. Get up underneath that bad boy and wiggle it up on in there until you can feel your cheeks. And that's how you get it.
It may take a minute, especially your hairy bastards. Just keep finding.
If you've got a woven Indian blanket on your face,
keep
fighting. Just stick your
fighting
fingers in there, all the way down to the bottom. Run them up. Get them in there. Kind of like you're plowing a field.
And then when you're done, run it through.
Yeah.
Get it nice and especially my beard, especially if you have a red beard. When you put that stuff in, you go outside, look out.
And if you trim it
Right.
up, guys, you don't have to put as much in whenever you're at full length, or whenever you're big. So, meanbeard.com. Use GPP15 at checkout. Balms, if you're growing the mustache thing, the whips and the oils if you got a beard, because if you experience any kind of itch while you're having a beard, any kind, you need the oil, no matter what.
Which is the number one reason why people cut their beard.
And if you have any links, the whip, oh baby,
flows.
It's like putting tits on a pig.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boys. It flows, it puffs, it looks good. It's what you need. Hear us out, guys. It's what you need. Meanbeard.com. Enough said. That's paying the bills for that one.
And I was just gonna add one thing.
No,
the only scent that we haven't tried all the scents yet. Gunsmoke is what we've got. You're still running the Gunsmoke, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I do. I really enjoy the Gunsmoke. It'd be hard for me. I want to try all the other ones.
I like the smell of the whip too.
The whip is awesome.
I like the smell of the whip, but when you add the oil, it's like a perfect combination.
Yeah.
The whip is a good base thing for any oil that they have, I bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you use too much, you'll know because you'll feel like a greasy, greasy hamburger.
Yeah.
That was
like
my
rattlesnake venom. A little goes a long way.
Just go back and find the episode with the Beard Father, and he'll get you taken care of.
Or just hit him up on Instagram. He's a really nice guy. Joe Loving. Shout out to Mean Beard alum, Mean Beard Hall of Fame inductee. But guys, that's it. Little Mean Beard of the week. Didn't really have one this week, but shout out to the man that Jim's seen. And sometimes we just won't have one.
Get rid of that damn car and get a hippie van. Don't show up in all. I mean, come on, man. That still breaks my heart. That makes me so mad.
It does.
Visually.
I'll say this. Here, let me shut this out. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But guys, if you guys have to deal with anything with your beard, what trimmers are y'all using?
Yeah.
I need to know. I'm about to get a new trimmer because I trim my mustache.
You don't want to use the trimmer I use. Yeah. I don't even. I can say it. I don't give a damn. It was only the outside. I didn't touch my damn face, but I had to use the Smooth My Balls trimmer because it's all I had.
Smooth My Balls. You deserve one of these.
Cut my beard really good. I'll tell you that much.
You deserve one of those because you guys are just falling off by the wayside. So.
And you cut my balls. So
we're leaving you in the dirty laundry.
You didn't smooth my balls. You freaking cut my balls.
But guys, we're at the hour mark here. Running into the main event. And we've got a fun one here.
Oh, I'm
fun
excited.
Little discussion.
I'm excited about this one.
But I want to fucking spice this discussion up here with this. Jack White demos the bonker pitch shifting custom Fender Jazzmaster he thinks will make Tom Morello jealous.
You don't say.
Making all the guitar players jealous with this.
I called that Tom Morello thing too.
It's blue sparkly Jazzmaster. The sparkly 6-string has been fitted with the guts of an Electro Harmonix pitchfork. And yes, it's badass.
It is. Really badass.
Electro Harmonix pitchfork, and when it shows the guitar, it's just basically an added knob on the Jazzmaster. I'm sure there's some holes routed out. There's got to be a battery in there now too. We figured that out.
and it's not as the install it looks a lot easier than what we had once thought out. Well, at least the overdrive one was pretty bare bones and pretty simple, but I think when you go into, like Josh was talking about, if you go into any other effects, it's a lot more transistors and other things you might have to add.
As far as for how the controls work, White says an intermittent switch is used to turn on the harmonies. While one of the pots is responsible for bending the pitch, just like the whammy pedal, there are a number of other toggle switches and knobs, so we imagine the Jazzmaster still has a few more tricks up its sleeve. Quote, I think Tom Morello may end up getting jealous of this and have to put this on his guitar too, White jests. I'll have to send him a clip and see what he thinks. That's all it shows. There's Instagram posts and you can check it out, what it sounds like. He did ask Matt Bellamy of Muse how he incorporated the Korg Chaos pad into his guitar. So there you go. Jack White is the quintessential guitar player's guitar player. He's got his ear to the ground.
Yes, he does.
He's got his ear to the ground for this. So, which leads us to this. We've always discussed this. Adding overdrive to your guitar. There's been boosts added to guitar. There's noiseless effect. There's sustainers. There's been synth stuff added. You know, we've seen it. Hell, there was that Les Paul recording model that has effects in that guitar.
Yep.
From the 80s. It's been done before. But, if you really think about it, what do you really need on it? It's a drive.
Drive, yeah.
If you're a humbucker, you need a Cedar Flat Lightning in there. But really, basically, you just need some sort of gain.
Yep.
Not a boost. Not a clean boost. Some gain. So, PremierGuitar.com. Part 1. It's about the battery. Make some room for your battery in your guitar. Part 2. Choosing an effect. Think about the effect that you want to go in your guitar. How much power is it going to take? That's why a fuzz or a drive is perfect for an easy DIY setup.
Yep.
This is a little DIY rundown on how to put an effect in a guitar. Part 3, project overview. Got to think about this. Plan this thing out. Step by step here. Then a DIY walkthrough. Basically, you've got to model your circuit up before you just go willy-nilly in this thing. Almost like a dress rehearsal.
Yep.
But it's a dress rehearsal for your parts. Because you are essentially adding an overdrive circuit to your guitar. You're adding another full-blown 9-volt circuit to the damn thing.
Which, in theory, could take the problems we had with Fender and maybe bang bang, add a little juice.
So basically, even on here in a Les Paul, they're just showing a almost like a styrofoam little piece that lays in between the battery and the circuit. Or not the but the regular wiring harness and the circuit.
And of course, it'll be on a push-pull pot, just like your DB
Yes.
boost and everything else.
But this is just a DIY way to do it on PremierGuitar.com. So this can be done.
And we've talked about it.
In an easy way.
And we've talked about this on the show before.
You
This
know,
would be cool to have.
it can be done in an easy way. So, which leads me to the I don't know, the big question here. Besides a drive effect and the pitch shifter, which what we've seen, what would you put in a guitar?
Reverb.
Ooh. Like a real spring in there, or just like a digital?
Probably
effect?
digital.
Okay.
I think. Oh, that. You could. We were talking about this blues driver up here. How it's a bigger thing is taking a Strat style body, taking out the springs, blocking your bridge, drilling it into a block of wood. That way it's fixed. What could you use that cavity to do a spring reverb? There's already place.
How? It'd be.
We're
I know.
spitballing
yeah, we're
here.
spitballing here, guys.
But-
What do you guys think about this cavity? Is there a way to make a reverb tank out of a reverb or out of a spring cavity on a Strat?
Because I know normally your tanks are about this big. That's how big the one.
Could you just install a really weak dummy spring to get the
same?
to get that reverb sound out of it, or would it be too high pitched? That's interesting. That's very interesting.
If
That's a
not,
thought.
digital would be fine.
Yeah, you could do digital all day long.
But I was just wondering, like a real spring reverb in your guitar.
Smack that guitar and make it do like.
Dude,
that would be crazy.
It would add a dynamic, and I wonder what the sound would be like when you add. Because I love reverb, and I don't have a reverb switch. Because my newer PV had a reverb button on my pedal. This one I don't have that. But to
I
have one
love
on the guitar
reverb,
would be
but
sweet.
I love amp reverb.
Yeah.
A little odd on the pit reverb pedal, and some people swear by them.
I haven't played enough of the reverbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was sometimes I would like a hall. I would like a chorus without having to have a whole,
ensemble of everything else.
Yeah, or like just getting a line 6, because a lot of people just get one of those line 6 H6 stops just to do delays and reverbs and stuff. It's like I would rather just. I might have to do a multi verb, because that Vibo verb Keeley was amazing. It just had a lot more other stuff, but because you couldn't do a wah.
You probably could be the same thing like the pitch shifter.
You would probably have to use
you'd have to just
kill switch.
You could just
or knob it.
Yeah, it'd just be a knob.
What would you put?
A tremolo. Some sort of tremolo or a univibe.
Ooh.
That kind of thing. I want that thing to fucking go.
What about a slapback delay?
That right there is the yeah. Yeah, I would.
And a slapback delay in a telly, dude. That's like.
Let's go to the moon.
Right?
Yeah, a slapback delay would be pretty sweet. Because then you could just turn it on and off in the guitar. Because there's not a lot of really, really good slapback delay pedals. The Milkman is the only one that just does the slapback stuff. And that's all it does. It's what it's good at. So, yeah, slapback delay, tremolo.
A noise decimator. Right, that'll clean up a lot of your shit, like on your pedal board too.
You would think.
If you put out a metal guitar, why you don't have one, or if you can put a dB.
There's probably a reason why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it ain't a good enough reason. It ain't a good enough reason.
Yeah.
Like a noise, like
you got to do this right, though. I would imagine, because if not, I bet it would just be a big tone suck.
Especially a gate for sure, but like a noise decimator, it doesn't suck your tone. It just quiets. Takes all that
anything
bull
really,
crap.
like even like an onboard compressor. I know some people would like that.
Yeah, that'd be
Funky
nice.
clean players would like that. Makes me wonder if people are doing this within preamps already.
Right?
Something to look into. But guys, if you're out there listening, what would you do? There's pitch shifters now. There's drives. There's all sorts of craziness. What would you do if you put an effect in a guitar? Would you just do a drive? A fuzz? A little bit of reverb? Or do you go full-blown freaking pitch shifter synth machine?
Well, I guess in theory you could take the innards out of probably one of those HX stomps or something small, you would imagine.
Yeah.
If you have enough, like probably like ES335.
You'd have to have a screen on it or something, or at least to know where you're at.
Or 2 push-pull, one to go this way, one to go that way. If you just wanted to
That would be crazy.
willy-nilly it and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I think it's 15. I think it's 15 is where I
That
had
sounds good. We'll just leave
Yeah.
her here.
I mean, which they already have those guitars where they got onboard stuff, but
Yeah.
we're talking about raw.
Yeah, like analog style, like
yeah.
what was done here.
Yeah, raw.
The guts of an electro harmonics pedal gets put into a Jazzmaster to make a pitch shifting guitar.
And it's so kick-ass.
I mean, wow.
It's like some people think about it. They're like, they got a dB boost. It's like, yeah, there's a dB boost. We're talking about straight up drive.
It's
boy.
true drives.
A real, like a TS9.
Some people are
drive.
living in 2022 and some people are living in 3022.
And some of us still have ears from 1972.
Yes.
We like that raw, but I wonder what the feedback would be with the drive.
Yeah, I wonder how that would sound. Or if it would just be, I wonder if it takes it well.
Because that Majesty has that dB boost. It's like 15 dB boost, and I mean, you can kind of tell, but I can't. It really, I don't know. It's not enough.
I get it.
It's a clean boost, but it's like
Yes,
it
it's
doesn't really do much.
no.
And it's already an active guitar, so it's like it just doesn't do anything for me. But a drive, ooh.
Yeah, or a cool fuzz or an octave fuzz or
Oh, Octofuzz. Oh, dude.
But regardless, even the going back to Jack White, the pitch shifter.
Yeah. Sounds so good.
Yeah, he made it sound really good, and I mean, you know, Tom Morello, I would think he'd just be like, dude, he's gotta like that.
That's the first thing I send to him after I finally read it after work. I was like, man, I bet you Tom Morello's sitting here going, fuck. Damn it.
He's like, yeah, because his pocketbook's gonna be not as swolled because he's gonna have to get a couple customs.
Because you know, Tom, if you know anything about Tom Morello, he's more about making noise without using like scratching and
Yeah.
if he could add that pitch shifter to all that, imagine what Tom Morello could do with that guitar.
Yeah, just hear Jack White mess around with it more.
Oh, yeah, of
you
course.
Know, but yeah, Tom Morello.
But it's just
I would like to see him use that on a Rage song.
because that's up Tom Morello. Like, I bet you Jack White had that in mind. Like, all right, Tom.
Oh yeah,
Morello.
he's already said he's like, I
Yeah.
bet this is gonna make him jealous. Like,
Golly, it makes me jealous.
It makes me jealous, guys. If you're jealous, hit us up on the Guitar Prize Podcast Facebook, Instagram, and you can leave us a comment on our YouTube channel and tell us how jelly you are, because I'd like to know if you're as jelly as I am. Because, wowie.
Because you take something this big, and if you could put this in your guitar, but there's so many knobs, you'd have to have a big.
Well, the pitchfork is a little different. I mean, it's
Well,
not
yeah,
different,
yeah,
but
of
it's
course.
definitely
It's a smaller
Yeah.
pedal. But I mean, if I could take something like this, put it on a guitar, and add a little bitty, wee woo. Because this thing, the innards on this thing, the octaves on this are, it's just
the innards. Guys, if you got innards, hit us up on the Guitar Prize Podcast, Instagram and Facebook.
Start talking that southern.
Start
so.
talking innards. But
Innards.
guys, that's it. Episode 63 in the books.
Short and breezy.
Light and breezy today. Not like, you know, last week too. We had a lot of NAMM stuff.
And we still haven't even
No.
scratched the surface.
No,
of
we
that.
still haven't even scratched that. But honestly, I think after 2 weeks of hearing about it, I bet it's time to be done. All the other stuff will come out, and we'll get to it eventually.
I'm going to put a prediction. I bet you next week I'm going to have something picked out because I'm looking at purple guitars right now, and I'm pretty disappointed. Not as much as...
There is not as much out there as you would think.
And I think it was either a Kramer, I believe, and it was a flat purple. It looked like Barney threw up on the guitar. I was like, ugh. It was one of the ugliest. Ugh, no, just no. I want a shiny purple. Sorry.
Yeah, sparkly purple guitar for Jim. But guys, that's his episode 63. Thank you guys for checking us out. Like and subscribe. Leave us a review. Hell, leave us a bad review. It doesn't matter. If you hate this show, you like this show, whatever. Tune in next week. We'll be here. Episode 64 coming down the pipeline. Brought to you by Analog Pedals, Greenbeard Grooming, and Meanbeard. As always, if you learned anything on this show,
It was definitely by accident.
big, small, one and all, Meanbeard has it for you. It's not the beard, it's the attitude, y'all. I've been your host, Josh Jones.
I've been your co-host, Jim Steger. Stay cool this week, people.
Exactly. Triple digits are heating up. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Get out of the house, or at least go play your guitar.